Welcome back. So this is going to be part 2 of the rebound, no rebound, total fiasco thing, whatever you want to call it. So these are the no rebound shocks. I've went through the entire process. I'm going to edit it together. What I'll do is I'll put all of these from lime green, green, so on and so forth. I'll just run them all 3 bounces each. And then what I'll do is I'll do the rebound versus no rebound side by side, if you've got what I mean. So you'll see it in the edit. All my subscribers, massive thumbs up, good thumbs up, and this will be a bad thumbs up for people who don't like my videos. So anyways, stick around guys, and I hope you enjoy this one. Well, first off, I'm going to give myself a thumbs up because I think I've done really well with that one. Anyways, so rather than blow my own trumpet, so that's obviously rebound there in the shock itself, set with foil, versus no rebound. So in the slow-mo, hopefully you can tell the difference that the no rebound, even the harsh shocks were like really jumping off the floor, and if you put rebound in your shock, you can kind of tame a really aggressive spring, and kind of tame the spring down a little bit by adding some rebound into your shock, because it'll work vice versa. What else was I going to say? The weaker shocks, this is just what I've noticed. So on the rear end, even when you're just resting the car down, the car would take a little slouch. It would just squat down a little bit, but then obviously once you drop the car once, it did not want to kind of return on itself with no rebound. Whereas if you've put rebound in, so even with the stock shocks that you get with these in the springs, the springs are absolutely dreadful. To kind of improve on those, just add a little bit of rebound to your shock, like obviously by doing that. But one thing to note is, and it's been pointed out that I should be mentioning stuff like this, but I just forget all the time, is don't add too much fluid when you're doing it, because if it can't compress all the way to the top like that and actually release, then what's going to happen is you're probably going to blow the piston itself, the piston head, the seal in the top, depending on which shock you've got. I mean, if it's an emulsion shock, I think these are emulsion shocks. If you've got bladders, and it can also burst your O-rings in the bottom. Not just that, you'll probably snap the end off when it's just added pressure. It'll get to about there, if anything. And then it's just excess pressure that you don't really need. I'm just rambling now, so anybody who doesn't really want to listen any further, thanks for watching. I hope you can draw your own conclusion from that, and happy bashing, man. So if you've stuck around and you want to hear me ramble, here I go. So on the outer setup, like the outer holes, I'd say that's like a bash setup, you know what I mean? Like the shocks are pretty much in the straightest position they can be in. And then like the same when they come up. So that's the car coming down, obviously. It should be fine, and the bottom's out absolutely fine. So it chassis slaps. It does what everybody wants it to do, but then obviously it's bouncing up off the floor. It hasn't got that control. So can you manipulate this and make it softer? And all you do literally is start moving your holes to the inner position. You've seen it in the slow-mo, what it was like. This is no rebound. So if you look back, you could see what that one's like. And then with rebound, it lessens it even more, like the bounce back. So let's say that we've got rebound in these shocks now, but it's still like kind of just doing that after it's came down and it's wanting to jump a little bit more. We could probably manipulate the shock just by moving it in on the top or in on the bottom. So what I've done is a little speed runner just to the side here. So obviously I need to get all this car set up. That's what I was busy doing, and it burnt out on us on the table. So thumbs up to a really bad speed run. Anyways, so what I've done here is you can see that one is on the outer hole and one's on the inner hole, but they're both on the outer hole on the bottom. So there's only been one adjustment made, and that's on the top. If you hold it, and like if you do this on your car, so you can feel like how the tension in that there, and you come to the other one, it's actually less. It's a softer shock straight away. The pros know, like these racer guys, they know what they're talking about. I just watch hours and hours and hours and hours of video, and I try to make my cars as good as I can, just with their advice, I guess. It feels different on the left hand side as well. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. I don't really ramble, I kind of just stammer a bit, I guess. So that's just like another way you can get around a heavy shock, depending on what you've seen and how you want to set your car up. I'm not the one to be sitting here saying like, oh well, I think you should be running this and I think you should be running that. I'm literally just putting the video together just for a bit of fun, and kind of I'm getting my own conclusions from it, and I really want you guys to draw your own conclusions and set your cars up completely different based on what you've seen. It'll be fantastic to see what people think of like stuff like this. So these shocks are actually the same, but I mean, do it on your car. You guys will have shocks set up the same, just alter the holes on one and have a little feel about and see if there's any difference. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to stop rambling now, guys. If you like that one, smash a like button, hit the subscribe button as well, because that'll always help us out. And leave a comment. I want to hear what you guys think. So definitely, comments are pretty important on this one. Shed some information, or just be happy with it and crack on yourselves. Either way, guys, thanks for your support, thanks for your time, and as always, catch you guys on the next one.